got the Milkman. This is just straight through the Milkman, the amp. Close. On these old Strats, you may know this, but it took us a while to figure out. Michael, my tech, figured this out. But so you got 6 screws right here holding these saddles, holding the bridge in. You don't need all those. And if you will just tighten these 2 on the top and the bottom, and then loosen up the other 4, you get a much better action on your guitar. It becomes easier to bend and feels more like you want a Strat to feel. Fender has figured this out, because I noticed on their recent bridges from the last few years, they don't even have those middle screws. They just have the outside ones. But this one here is an old boy, 1960. Had a little red originally in here, but it was a red that faded. Everybody was using that red that faded in 1959, 1960. And these are almost just like the 59 Strats. They're slab board. I think the winding, the actual direction in which the pickups were wound was reversed from 1950 to 1960. That doesn't make a whole lot of difference from what I can tell. Maybe no difference at all, but I don't know. I like the way this guitar sounds. Yesterday we did a little bit of middle pickup, a little bit of Chet style. Good at that, but fake it. That's Jerry Reed. Hey! See that again. Haven't done that in a long time. That's something you don't need to do much. You don't find yourself harmonically playing Mr. Sandman every day of your life, unless you're somebody who just wants to do that. But so we originally had a 3-position pickup selector on this Fender Strat, and I had it switched over to a 5. I did not change the wiring, so You still have no tone control on your bridge pickup. It's just a stinger. Anytime I hear too much treble, I play an Albert King lick. But you can control that treble with your volume knob. You just bump your volume knob a little bit on an old Strat, and it makes your out of phase position a lot better. Cool things about a Strat. I heard Knopfler say in an interview one time, he liked that you could bend two notes at once, and the fact that the bridge floats, it makes that easier to do, and they stay similarly intonated. There's a good lick. This old Jerry Donahue. Anyway, so I promised you that I would redo that tutorial. So we're going to turn on this flying fader Chase Bliss Preamp Mark II. Ooh boy, that sounds good. Let's turn the gain down just a little bit. This is not what I used on the record. On the record, I had this Strat run through Analog Man delay and compressor of a 4-knob Analog Man compressor and Klon Centaur, no horse, silver, and you can hear it. You can hear the silver no horse. You can't hear that. It's crazy. And 1958 Fender Bassman amplifier. Some people call him Bassman. I call him Bassman. Bassman. Fender Bassman for the fisherman in all of us. 1958 that I got at Rudy's in New York. Used to belong to George Alessandro, so he did all the work and did a very good job on this amp. And then in 1964, Fender Vibroverb was a 115. And the Cesar Diaz mod had been performed on that amplifier, so the vibrato was disconnected, broke up a little quicker and a little smoother. So what I did was, in the studio, we split those two amps. So you got the 115 and then the 410s, and then the two pretty different circuits. But it covered a lot. It covers a lot of frequency range. Especially, I mean, if you think of the 410s like a dang tweeters and a woofer. With your 115, then you're covering all the frequency range you need to. So that's, I think, why the tone on Overseas is so good. I think it's a good tone, and that's because of the setup and the way it was mic'd by Gina Johnson, fantastic engineer, producer, and recorded by Dave Cobb here in Nashville, Tennessee. But I'll show you. See my hands? Let's see. All right. That band. I think I lick, I was going. Yeah, I was. And I was like, yeah, that's just a little too masturbatory to do harmonics. That's how it started. And I was like, yeah, I don't want to be that wanky. I'll just play the notes. But the solo. Got some of those in there. It was a live take. The band was all playing, and I was singing and playing the guitar all at the same time. All happened in a single take. So I don't remember that solo. I know it's got a little bit of like, and I know it's got. That's a cool, simple thing that I don't see enough people doing. It's like bend a note and then hit your pinky. Right at the end, I kind of almost make like a riff or a lick out of switching the pickup positions, which you can do on a Strat in a super fun way. So the solo is played on the bridge pickup. I mean on the neck pickup, and then I switch the bridge for the chorus. And so one other thing that I want to do, I don't even know if I'm showing you something or if I'm just doing something because I think it's fun, but man, a Strat on the neck pickup with a big old fuzzy fuzz is so much fun. Let's do a fuzzy fuzz. We need germanium for this. There's the Hendrix thing. That's the progenitor of all this fuzzy stratiness. But for a while, about 17, 18 years ago, when I was in the Drive-By Truckers, we were on tour with the Black Crowes. Mark Ford was playing guitar with the Black Crowes. And Mark had, on that second Black Crowes album, man, Mark had a Strat fuzz tone that was amazing. It was so good, and it was like, it just made me really rethink the fuzzy Strat sounds, you know. It was so good. Let's gate the fuzz. That's fun. That's like a old Jack White. I love how a gated fuzz sort of digitizes the sound and makes a slide from note to note. Sound you can hear each distinct note, almost like you're playing it on a keyboard instrument, on an instrument where you're pitch controlled. knocked it out of the park, as they always do. Have a good day, everybody. Keep yourself alive.